Welcome back to Lessons Learned. This is Sherry. I am here to present to you a TEMU haul, and I had one of these a while back, reviewing some crafty sewing, quilting things that I found on their site using their app. There's a lot of controversy around TEMU, whether or not, we should support it, or the quality of their items, how their items are produced. But putting all that aside, they have asked me to review some items of my choosing, and it is a sponsored video. So these are items that I did not pay for myself, and I was asked to make this video by TEMU. So in the description box of this video, you will find a link for TEMU and the items that I purchased. If you do not find that link for some reason, send me a comment and I will make sure that that gets taken care of. I'm a little sketchy on the prices of some of the items that I bought. The order form that I used online for this sponsored purchase kind of disappeared on me, so I don't know if that's my fault or I just don't have access to the information, but I can tell you approximately what I paid for these items. And mostly I tried to find things that were sewing related only again, although I did pick up some organization items as well, which are useful here in our sewing spaces. So I'll review those with you as well. I am sitting on the floor so that I can show you some things here up close that sit on the floor. So first of all, I have a tray just full of items here that I want to show you that I purchased. I'm just going to pick in here and see what comes out, and we'll talk about it. These are eyes for bears or dolls, and they are the plain ones. They don't have like the black pupil or any white on them, but they are just dark eyes, and there's a variety of sizes here. Actually, that's not true. They're all the same size, but I think I only paid less than $2 for these. So that's a comparable price that you might find at Joann's or some other craft store. I think there's definitely, the quantity is higher, but for the package itself, that's about the same price. I believe there are 20 pieces here, and a lot of your packages that you get in the craft stores and in Joann's are much less than that. They might just be 4 or 6 or 8, something like that. So these are 20 of this size of eye. It's the bigger, it's not the biggest, but it's about the largest we usually use for bears. So that's looks to be of the same quality as far as I can tell, but I haven't actually used them in a bear, so I don't know. Here I have bought something that was for me. This is a little headband that you can use in your hair, and the bow has some wire in it, so you can actually spread out the bow so you can see it. It's very soft. It's kind of made out of a really soft jersey t-shirt material type thing. It has an elastic on it, and I think this was less than $1. And I just thought it was really cute. I'd put it on for you right now, but I'd mess my hair up. If I picked this out last, I would have put it on for you. I'll show it to you on another video. Rick Rack. This is, I believe it was 5 yards of Rick Rack. It wasn't as big as I thought it would be. It's a very narrow one. It's not like the jumbo Rick Rack, which is what I thought it was going to be. Here it is. It feels a little polyester-y, more so than cotton, definitely. I doubt seriously this has any cotton in it. It's probably polyester. Probably would be just perfectly fine for your craft projects, your smaller projects where you use rickrack, or even on clothing. And I think this 5-yard pack was less than $2. I bought a little higher quality pair of scissors this time. I think these were around the $8 to $12 range. And I have to say, not only do they look like they're made of gold, which they aren't, some sort of plating on there, but the blade itself feels like it would be very sharp. Let me see. I have a piece of fabric here. It feels like it's knocking together wrong at some point here at the end. Let me see. Oh, that must have just been me. Seems to be working really well for cutting fabric. Nice and smooth. Makes you feel a little blingy when you're using them. Has a nice little arch here, so as you're going along on the table, it's a comfortable fit. I got 8-inch ones. I have smaller hands, but they had other sizes, other bigger sizes. So I don't know how they will wear, but I feel like this is a pretty decent value. I got a piece of wide, it's 1.57 inches of elastic. I like to use these in skirts, around the top of skirts, like a pencil skirt. You can just kind of lay this inside on your waistband, and it gives you a little bit of stretch without gathering. So this was a nice piece, and this also came in black. This looks like about a yard. It said 1.57, didn't it? It doesn't look like 1.57. Looks like about a yard and a quarter. I don't know. It's enough to do probably one skirt. But there again, I think it was less than $1. And it seems to be the good quality stuff that you want. They had all sorts of widths of elastic that you can get in different lengths. So I would probably get that again. This is a brush for your sewing machine, and it was a set of 2. This is what I was really after, the one with the little, not little, with the giant bottle brush looking piece to it. It's about as big as my finger. So this came as a set. I didn't really need this because this has it on it. But I think these two together were $1.29. You can get different quantities of those too. You can get 3 brushes or a pack of these. You can get a pack of these separately too. This is a tagger. A tagger, like when you're in the store and you see people using a gun to tag items, especially clothing or anything made of fabric. You can use this to tag with. The reason I got this is not to tag clothing. When you do a 1-block wonder, you have to stack up 6 layers of fabric and line up the pattern or the design exactly. So you can actually use one of these tacking guns on your fabric in different places to keep it straight. And people usually use pins, but a pin will actually kind of make your fabric slide a little bit, and you don't know if all your layers are staying straight down in order. So this is one thing you can use to do that. I don't remember the price of this. It wasn't much. It wasn't much at all. It was probably, I would say it was less than $10. Well worth it, because if you go to buy one somewhere, it's going to be a lot more than that. I got a seam guide. These are the little magnetic guides that you put on your throat plate to mark a seam allowance. So like if you want to put it at the 1/4 inch, like we do a lot for quilting, then this will magnetize strongly onto your throat plate, and you can just guide your fabric right along that edge. This was 69 cents. I got some, make sure I got everything out of there. I got some thread. These are variegated threads. It's hard to find good variegated thread. I don't know if this is good thread. I'll have to try it out. But I did open one to see how it felt. It feels good. It feels like it's very well wound onto the spool. It's got a good tight, it's wound on there good. I feel like it's a polyester. I really feel like it's a polyester thread. But if your machine can handle that, this was $12. So that's 2, 4, 6, that's 10 spools for $12. So $1.20 a spool. I'm going to try it, and we'll talk about this again as I use it. Not bad. I got this little box as an organization item. I liked the way it looked, and I liked the sections that were in it. I thought this would be very good to hold your feet for your sewing machine. It's a little bit on the big side. I mean, you can see it's about the size of my forearm. Has a nice lid that opens easily. That could be good, that could be bad. I don't know. I think I'm going to put my feet in there. I think this was about $7. And you know these acrylic type of containers that you get like in Target and some of the better stores that carry this kind of thing, TJ Maxx and whatnot. These are expensive. They're like, even the little ones, like the little lipstick holders and all, they're like $14. So this was a really good value. And then I got a couple of home decorator items. This is a metal butterfly. I don't think you can see it. There it is. A metal butterfly. It does have one hole here, so you could hang it that way, or the hardware that came with it has 3 screws, so you could actually insert some screws in some different places to make it hang the way you want it to hang. If you want it to hang straight, then you could put one over here, or maybe one in the middle, and they are black screws. This was, I want to say, less than $5. And then also another decorator item for your sewing room. I got this one. It says, "Welcome to my woman cave," also known as the sewing room. You can put that on the door of your sewing space. If it's in your house, you can put it on your shed. If you have a shed like I have, the entrance door to the basement, wherever it is that you sew. I thought this was really cute, and this was less than $5 too. I want to say it was like 3 something. Let me pull it out here. It is made of metal. It did not come with any screws, but there are 4 holes for the screws. I thought that was really cute. And I like the colors too. Now, the bigger items that I got, one was this sewing machine cover. And this is a nice cover, I just want to say. It has a netted pocket here. It has a big pocket in the front and a smaller one. Nothing in the back. But I was thinking it doesn't have a handle, but it would just sit on top of your sewing machine. It's a little bit on the high side, like height-wise. This is not long enough to go over my Jazz 2. It would fit all of my other sewing machines though, but it is a little bit tall. But I also thought that it might be cute to take this and decorate it, because I think this was about $8. You could take some orphan blocks and applique those on here. You could probably easily get this under your presser foot and be able to stitch those down, or you could use glue or whatever. But this is nicely made. It's lined inside. It's just as nice or nicer than any of the covers that you get that come with your machine usually. Other than a hard case. If you had a hard case type thing for your machine, of course that's nicer. But that was a very nice thing. Now this rolling cart here, I got one of these rolling carts. I'm thinking it was around the $15 mark. I thought it was metal, but it's plastic. And you'll see back here, I have a metal one. And I paid probably $40 or $50 for that one. So you can't really compare those two. But if you're using lightweight things, just fabric or your heat and bond interfacing, you know, I wouldn't load it down with a bunch of thread or you know, sewing tools or anything like that. I would use it strictly for lighter weight things. Each one of these trays are perforated like this. And then there's also some little hooks that you can move around. There's 4 of those. You can stick those wherever. Hang a couple of things on there, your OFA cutter or something like that you can hang. It does have wheels on it, and 2 of the wheels lock. So you can make it stationary if you need to. So for the price, I think it's probably fair for that. A lot of the things that we use in our sewing room are not very heavy. Some things are. But, you know, you can find some lighter weight things to put in it. And then be able to move this around in your room. Yeah, I wouldn't load it down with fabric either. I would use very lightweight stuff on here. So, no fabric, no thread, just lighter weight things. And then, I have an idea. This obviously is a laundry basket. I think this was $15 as well. It was a little hard to put together. The instructions were in Chinese, French, and Spanish. And I speak English and Spanish, and I could not make heads or tails out of the wording of their instructions. So what I did is I went on the site and I found this. And I looked at it and just kind of looked at their photos to see how to put it together. So, you know, after 5-10 minutes, I had it. But this bag has handles. You can lift the whole thing out if you want. There's Velcro here that's holding it on to the frame. And it says dark, light, and color. So what I thought I might do with this, I'll just try it out and see how it works. It may not work at all. But I thought, wouldn't this be a cool thing to put your scraps in and organize them by dark, light, and color, or medium. You could say dark, light, and medium, because we always look at our fabric that way, don't we? Dark, light, and medium. So, you know, you could throw your mediums in here. And let's see if I have some. Here's a lighter blue. Throw this one in the light. And so on. Here's another light one. And then here's a dark one. I'll stick that in there. Another, that's debatable. I probably put that in light. Probably put this in light. I need to go through my scraps again and kind of pick out some to cut up. There's some CAFE. So, just an idea. I don't know. It's not on wheels. It's just on a frame. But I'm going to slide this in back here and keep my scraps in it. Right back in there. And I can just throw my scraps in there as I have them. And then when I take the time to process all of those scraps, or if I'm looking for a scrap, I can just pull it out and look in these categories. So, I don't know. If you produce a lot of scraps like I do, then it might be a cool thing to have around. So that too was around the $15 mark. So all of these items, like I said, I will have a list of those and their prices. Now some of the prices I noticed, I went back to the TEMU site to try to write down the prices for you, but sometimes there's several listings for the exact same thing and the price is off by a few cents or maybe $1, up to. So I don't really know what I paid for these items, but I have a ballpark figure in my head that I paid for them. So no sense in looking up the exact price because I don't know. I don't know what it is. But the prices, approximate prices I gave you are accurate. So that is my TEMU haul. And if you desire, go out there on their website, temu.com, or download their app and go on there, and there will be coupons galore out there. There's all kinds of opportunities to get an even lower price than what the prices are on these items. And look for that in the description box as well. There will be a code there for you to receive an extra amount off as well. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope I found some things that you would like to have in your sewing room to make your sewing experience better and affordable. Yeah, I hope that helped you. So I personally probably will not buy a ton of stuff from TEMU. It would only be if I just could not find what I'm looking for, and I could find it on there, and I would take the risk of it being a lower quality, because a lot of things are, they're made of materials that are inexpensive. So that's why these things are inexpensive. So just keep that in mind. It is a resource that you can use if you wish. All right, thank you for paying attention to this video and this review, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!